Hi, so I had a question on Facebook about what to do if you have not been in touch with your database for a long time. And that's actually perfect because I had that happen about 4 years ago. I hadn't really been staying in touch with my database, but all of a sudden I wanted to, but it made me uncomfortable because I haven't talked to these people in a long time. So the question is, what do you do to reconnect with your database? Hi, this is Tiffany Fikes, and I've been selling real estate for 9 years. Our team of highly trained professionals, along with our marketing plan, has sold over 600 homes all over the Middle Tennessee market. And this is how we do it. So when this happened to me, I had been kind of out of touch. I hadn't been calling my database and staying in touch with them. They'd been getting flyers and things like that from us. Postcards and invitations once a year to our events that we were doing, but I hadn't really talked to any of them on the phone in a long time. So what I did was I followed Brad Korn's plan, and what he says to do is first send a letter to them. And what's great about that is it just greases the wheel. It's not very expensive, maybe 75 cents per person, and it's basically just a letter of apology that says, I am so sorry that it has been so long since I've talked to you. That's on me. I'm going to be better, and expect my call next week. And so you don't want to send like 1,000 of these at once, but what I had my assistant doing was she would send 20 to 40 of those every week, and then those people would end up on my call list the very next week. And then I would just call and catch up with them, like what's happening in your world, update their notes in our database, and make sure that we know kind of what their needs are. Some of them had bought a house since I'd talked to them in 4 years, and that's great. Like, I'm going to be very excited for them and ask them if they need any vendors, start adding value to them immediately again. And then I'm going to say, like, I want to stay in touch with you, great. At certain times of the year, that's when we really started ramping up the events as well, because that's an easy thing to call your database about, inviting them to an event, because I'm always wanting to give them something of value. So stagger it, send the letter, follow up with a call, and then gain permission for them to go on to your touch plan where you're going to stay in touch with them, inviting them to events and offering them information about their home. It's also a great time to clean up your database because there will be people that have bad phone numbers in there, or you'll find out that, they bought 2 houses without you and maybe they're not as big of a fan of yours as you thought they were at the time. So those calls are just a great time to clean up the database, make sure that they're consistent, don't bite off more than you can chew. Because the worst thing you can do is send 400 of those letters saying, I'm gonna call you next week, and then you don't actually do it. So make it a bite-sized bits of your database, 20 to 40 people. You could probably do 100 if you were really, really focused on it every week, until you've gone through everybody in the database, and then you've got that permission-based marketing because they've told you that they want you to follow up with them. You've touched base with them, you've offered them something, and you've been able to get some updated information about where they are in their life and how you can help them. So that's the plan that I used, and that's what I recommend if you want to reconnect.